Okay, Dane, should I spit some beats?
Lay it down for me.
Okay. Hello, Dane. Now I'm on the mic. You did it last week. It was all right. I'm making this up. I'm making this flow. I don't know where I'm gonna go. Until next week, podcast, yes, you see. I'm making this up for you and me. Where should I go next week with this rhyme? I don't know, but it's time to leave us a 5-star review on Spotify and Apple too. I'm surprised this is all making sense. I don't know what else to say, Dane.
Talk about toes.
Yeah, so this is episode 14 of the Until Next Week podcast. I hope you like that.
Samuel likes toes.
Yeah. And we're back.
California love.
Ba-da-da-da-da.
Wait, are we starting?
Yeah, we actually did start.
Nice.
Yeah. Did you like that freestyle beat? I know Dane's was really great last week with his 3 lines that he said was impromptu.
It was impromptu.
Impromptu? Really?
I'm on the same level as Tupac.
Yeah. Oh, dang it. We're not. Yeah. Okay. Do you have anything to talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about that freestyle.
Freestyle? Yeah. So I swam in college, and prior, like high school, everything else. And then whenever they tell you can't swim anymore, you go in the rap game.
It's not true. You go to the butterfly.
Okay, you are confusing.
And then the backstroke.
And then the breaststroke.
Whoa,
yeah.
Samuel.
That's your favorite.
What? That'll make no sense. That has people offended near and far, including Mexico.
Speaking of Mexico, hola. We have shut up.
Bonjour.
We have Mexican listeners or listener or someone who is in Mexico who listened, and now we have made it again worldwide. We are in 6 countries.
You know what we just hit the bingo on?
What?
We own North America.
We do. We got Canada. We got the U.S. We got Mexico. Is that all North America?
Yeah, there's only 3 countries in North
And then everything
America.
else is South America?
Yeah. Well, there's Central Americas, and then there's South America.
Let's go. Yes. 6 more continents? Yeah, continents to go. Can we do it?
We can't reach Antarctica, but...
I mean, there's people up there.
Kind of.
Scientists.
They're doing
It'll
science.
be hard. How are we going to get a hold of them?
Maybe they're on their break and they'll listen to us.
Yeah, because this is how they get their
media.
Yeah.
They get news from us.
Yeah, they only can listen to podcasts up there. That's a little known fact.
You know what they don't know right now?
What do they not know?
Who's in the Final Four?
Who? Oh, yeah, because they only listen to our podcast and we have not discussed it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously it's all the teams that everyone projected, right?
I mean, we would never be incorrect on our guesses.
Yeah, everything we've ever said on the podcast is true, including our predictions.
Including Samuel's draft of Taylor's ex-boyfriends last week.
I hope, you guys loved it. If you haven't listened, go back to that episode and just tell us what you think. But
it was great.
It was honestly one of our better episodes.
I liked it.
Yeah.
And keep listening to the end. Sorry, I took a swig of Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
But keep listening to the end because we have a special surprise at the end.
Special surprise.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be super great. But Final Four, we said Creighton and Texas were going to play for the championship, and I was like, no. Creighton is going to win it all.
Oh, wow.
And we were wrong.
Massively wrong. They both lost.
Everyone was wrong. There's like 20 people who guessed the Final Four correctly, and it wasn't us. Because if it was us, we would have made an episode already for the podcast and be like, we know the future.
We would have told people how we're right and how they are wrong.
Yeah. That's how you do it around here. But UConn, San Diego State.
I like San Diego.
Florida Atlantic.
Florida's
and
nice.
Miami.
Miami?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
All Final Four teams. No one really expected any of this to happen. We got a 4 seed, 2 5 seeds, and a 9 seed.
The U is back, baby.
Yes, you know it.
All the people on our YouTube can see us waving to
YouTube.
the
YouTube, because the U is back and the YouTube is back. So hello, loyal listeners. If you're not seeing our live stream, that's because you're listening to the episode on Monday, and this happened on Saturday afternoon. Because we are no longer night owls.
That's true. It's 4:30.
Yeah, we finally AM.
We finally found something.
PM.
But also, I think in the future we should have a live studio audience.
I mean, we've had it before. I mean, we've had your other roommates here.
That's true.
We've obviously had our other guest of the pod,
Abby Palmer.
Yes, you know. And
if you're listening, Abby.
And we'll have future guests, which, again, you'll have to listen until the end of the episode.
To reveal who the future guest is.
It's an exciting time and then until next week podcast world, let me tell you.
We honestly never thought we'd make it this far without being canceled.
I thought we would be canceled pretty soon with Dane.
I don't know what you're talking
luckily, I get to edit the episodes. And because I edit, I can make sure we are not canceled. It's pretty great. We would actually have been canceled after the first week. He went off on a tirade on so many topics that I didn't even know people talked about anymore.
Well, you're censoring
Some
me.
of your ideas you had were quite
off the wall, if you will.
I mean, you could be a politician in some countries.
Oh, yeah? Well, you're like the U.S. government because you won't let me speak my mind. Because what did I send in for an Instagram topic?
Okay, we weren't going to talk about this right now. And we're not going to talk about it actually in general. But last week I had 3 different topics that people sent in after I asked, like, hey, what do you want us to talk about? Dane decided to send in communism.
Let's talk about
We've talked about communism in the past. It's not good. And if we have any sort of discussion, it'll probably just end up bad for us.
You never said that it was bad. I said that it was pretty universally agreed that people didn't like communism. But
what did I say?
You were like, oh, I don't know. Some people like it.
I don't think I said this, but that was your topic.
You said Fidel likes it?
Yeah. So we'll talk about the other 2 topics here shortly, but we got to go back to our Final Four talk. We had UConn, San Diego State, Florida Atlantic, and Miami. Who do you think is going to win? Who's going to win it all?
I think Iowa's going to win it all.
Oh, there's no structure to this podcast at all. But I do agree, on the ladies' side, Caitlin Clark is...
Go ladies.
She's an animal on the court.
You can't call a woman an animal.
Yes, because she's the GOAT. The GOAT.
You saying she looks like a goat?
Meh. She's been going off. She had a 40-point triple-double the other day. Had another
40-point triple-double?
Yeah, had another 40-point game the other night.
That's crazy.
And she's probably gone... When you're listening to this, it is Monday. The championship was yesterday. You know what? She went off and got 43 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, and they won the game by 14 points.
And won the tournament MVP.
I mean, that's obvious.
Is that a thing?
She literally has been associated with 75% of all Iowa points by either assist or making baskets.
So she
goes off.
Is responsible for 75% of their points.
It's basically LeBron James when he first came in the league for the Cavs.
Yeah.
When they had no one, and he's just doing all the work. But this time, she will bring home a championship, something LeBron could not do until he went to the Heat.
Are you saying...
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What was it?
Zajunas
Adruskis? You saying
What?
Zajunas Adruskis wasn't an all-star player?
I don't know.
That was one of his teammates.
Yeah, see, we don't talk about them except when we're like, hey, who was the worst player he played with?
Mario Chalmers.
Hey, I like Luigi better.
No.
Yeah, that was a bad joke. It wasn't really much of a joke.
Mario Chalmers was his teammate too.
Yeah, but Caitlin Clark, GOAT. Likely, when you're listening to this, Iowa's already won the championship. But for men, the championship is not until the next week.
Let's see here.
I'm pretty sure it's Florida Atlantic's playing one of those teams, and Miami's playing one of those teams.
Here, I got it. I can look this up.
You want to look it up?
On the ESPN app.
Yeah, I'm not for sure who's playing UConn and San Diego State. I know some people...
I got it.
Yeah? What is this?
Florida Atlantic against San Diego State tonight.
Okay, San Diego State's going to win that one.
Think so?
Yes.
And then, of course, Miami versus UConn.
Miami's going to win that one.
So it's going to be San Diego State and Miami in the championship.
Yes. Yep.
There's going to be all kinds of ratings.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably a ratings nightmare for the...
Yeah, not good. I mean, it's better than Florida Atlantic versus San Diego State.
Yeah,
or if it was Florida Atlantic versus Miami, all Florida final.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna go with San Diego State pulling off the upset, winning it all as a 5 seed.
Give me Miami.
Miami
And Ray Lewis.
Okay, so because we picked these 2 teams, most likely Florida Atlantic and UConn will be in the championship. So if that happens, I think UConn will win, which means Florida Atlantic is your champion. Did you follow that?
Go Owls.
Yeah, Owls did it. Wow, I can't believe the 9 seed pulled off the
Owls Toy Barn.
The Cinderella story.
Cast asunder.
Cast us under?
Cast asunder.
Who's cast sunder?
Cast asunder.
What does this mean?
It means foiled.
Foiled, okay.
Spoiled.
Spoiled.
To be,
I thought you said foiled.
I know. I said foil.
Content.
But yeah, so I'll take Miami and then I'll take Iowa. Those are your champions, and they're going to meet in the championship between boys versus girls basketball.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
And I'm not going to.
Yeah, the girls' championship game is Iowa versus LSU.
Oh.
But L stands for loser, so that's why LSU
Loser
is gonna
State
lose.
University.
Yep. So that was our basketball talk. I hope you liked it. If you did enjoy this, send it to ESPN, and we can be your next commentators.
You know what's not good about basketball?
What is that?
You can't use a bat in it.
You can't?
No. You can't go up and whack
But you can use an
somebody.
owl?
Ah!
Because the owls...
No owls.
Okay, but I think this is a transition. So where are you going with this bat talk?
What I'm going with this is that Jordan Walker is a tall human being. In fact, you and him are the exact same dimensions.
Height.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm more muscular.
But you're not in the same no coordinates.
This is confusing. Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is baseball's back.
How much does he weigh?
Like 250.
Do you not weigh 250?
I'm like 210, 205.
Bulk up then.
Oh, yeah, let's do it. I can be in left field while he's in right field.
See?
But yeah, baseball's back. Opening day was, I guess, on Thursday. Lots of excitement this season. Lots of new rule changes. Lots of exciting prospects like Jordan Walker. And, I'm excited to see what happens, you know?
The Cardinals won today.
They did.
Today's Saturday.
Yes, Saturday. So now they are 1-1. I think at this rate, like they're on pace to win the World Series.
I mean, if they go 50%, they will be 81-81.
Yeah, but now you only go off what they did in their very last game.
Oh.
And they won. So they'll be 161-1. That's how it works.
And I believe the record is 119 wins by the 2001 Mariners.
I think it was 116, but yeah, right
We're
around
about to
there.
find out.
Yeah, I think it was 116. Dane is spreading false information, and that's why I'm here to fact check him as he's fact checking himself.
Wins baseball.
Yes, Mariners 116 in 2001.
Well, it says the Twins are 1-0.
Yeah, search MLB single season winners.
Oh boy.
MLB season leaders in wins as a team. The Cubs, 1906, 116 wins. 2001 Mariners, 116 wins. I said 116 wins.
You said 119.
You said 119. Oh, my gosh.
Why would I lie to the people?
But, yeah, the chosen one made his debut for the Cardinals, Jordan Walker. He had a hard hit ball for a single in his first at-bat, also broke up a double play, but they lost. And then today, I believe he had another hit, or at least had a couple RBIs, which was pretty cool.
That he did.
Yeah, and the only other exciting thing that I really want to point out is on opening day, Adam Wainwright was supposed to make the opening day start. And while he did not make the opening day start with his arm, he did with his voice.
Because they were like, and now, singing your national anthem is...
And then Adam Wainwright turned around. His teammates were like, oh my gosh. And he's
Number
like,
50, Adam Wainwright.
I'm here, and I'm going to sing some country national anthem for you.
He's a good singer.
He is good.
I seen a video clip of him singing a country song by Travis Tritt, but I can't remember what song it was.
That's cool. Thanks for telling us that.
Hold on. It's almost coming to me.
Yep.
Maybe it'll come later.
Okay.
We'll see.
But yeah, he's a decent singer. He sang the national anthem. It was a pretty, I bet you it was a memorable experience, not only for him, but also for all the fans. I think he said afterwards that was the most nervous he has ever been on a baseball field.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, honestly, I could see that.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're practicing for baseball constantly, so it's just going out for another start, but you're not singing the national anthem every day.
What is he, 40?
Yeah, like 40, 41. So he has enough time to learn the song.
Well, so he's been playing baseball for 33 years then.
Well, he's probably been singing the national anthem for 35 years.
Maybe.
But just not by himself, because it is a nerve-wracking song to sing, because it doesn't rhyme, and it's all over the place.
Well, he is a good Georgia boy. So
Yeah, he has it down in his heart. He's got Sweet Tea, the national anthem, and guns.
And Mama's
America.
peach pie.
And baseball.
Front door picking.
Yeah. he
Front
is all
porch
that.
picking.
Yep.
Sorry.
Adam Wainwright, good guy.
Well, I tell you what, there's only one thing worse than that, and that's fantasy baseball.
Sorry. Fantasy baseball.
Samuel.
Demon just escaped my body.
Okay.
I didn't know what was about to happen there.
That's a great transition to our Instagram topic in a second.
Wait, we're talking about fantasy baseball.
Well, we're talking about your fantasy baseball team.
Yeah.
What's your team name?
I think I just did Slamson.
You want to know what mine is?
What is that?
The Usual Suspects.
You're actually playing fantasy baseball this year?
No. But
what?
that
Why?
board game I play with old men.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell us again what it's called?
It's called Stratomatic.
Stratomatic, that's good. Yeah, so you're doing Stratomatic. I'm doing fantasy baseball. Have a pretty solid team overall, and I expect big things from them going forward.
I don't think you're going to win.
Thanks. And transition.
So, last week, we forgot to talk about a few topics that were submitted via
Instagram polls.
Our Instagram. Well, Instagram.
Yeah,
not
put,
DM.
I put an Instagram poll up like, hey, if you have any ideas of what you want us to talk about,
right,
tell us, and we'll talk about it on the podcast.
And maybe we just start 3-1 here. So what's our third topic here?
Oh, my word.
Communism, that's crazy.
Oh, my word. Stop. Yeah, so quickly, I did not see the topics last week, so I was like, okay, I'll save them until next week, just like our podcast name. And one of them was from Dane, and it's communism. And we're not going to talk about communism because it's bad. That's all you need to know. It's very bad. Do not do communism. Do not do drugs. And do not do communism.
Well, I got a question.
The CDC.
Communism, drugs, communism.
That came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting to say any of that.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
If you had to pick one.
No.
Communism or fascism? Do you want examples of both?
I think that should be our next draft. We just draft the worst
leaders
yeah.
of the communists.
Who would you take as number one overall? Oh, with my number one pick. No, I'm not going this route.
I know where you were going.
We were about to get canceled.
You were thinking of Mussolini.
No, I kind of forgot about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Italy. Italy.
Yeah, Italy.
But not currently, though.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't need to talk about any more of that.
Yeah.
Because Dane is one of the speakers on this podcast. We don't need to talk about his ideas.
We
talk about the fans' ideas.
Yeah, which is capitalism.
That's not. Stop. What are you talking about? Where did you take the topics off? I'm trying to find. No, here
I see him right there.
Okay. I don't know if this was the first one that was sent to us, but Jasmine Lee.
Her name's Jasmine Crawford.
It said Jasmine Lee on the Instagram name.
It's probably her middle name.
Okay, well, your Instagram username was like Jasmine Lee. So if you want to follow her, give her a follow, and then tell your other friends to listen to the Until Next Week podcast.
Tell your boyfriend to listen too. Her boyfriend.
Okay, yeah, tell him to, because he'll get our plays up.
Chase Hoffman.
Yes. But you wanted us to talk about Operation The Climb or any other operation. When I first read this, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But then I came to Dane's home, and he was like, I know. I know what this is. So, Dane, take it away.
I don't know how much I want to share on the topic, but
you can share as much as you want. She wants to hear the story on the pod.
Well, she knows the story.
Well, talk about it.
The story of operations in general is basically when I fancy a lady. Oh. When I have a little crinkle, if you will. I then, which is a pre-crush for those of you who are not into slang at home.
Okay.
It's when I come up with a plan as to how I will eventually ask them out.
Okay.
The plan always fails, but not the next one.
Is that what Operation The Climb is?
No, Operation The Climb was a specific one.
You can change names. Tell us.
Well, there was Operation The Climb. There was Operation Rocky Road. There is.
Okay. Well, tell us about some of those, but just don't give us the names of the individuals.
Well, basically,
here's what you could do. If it was about two different females, just switch their names in each story. So if one of them's, I don't know, someone named Sarah, use Sarah on the first story, and then the other person was supposed to be, let's say, Caitlin, use her on the second story. So as long as you flip-flop them, no one will know.
No one will know.
Yeah.
Wink,
wink, wink. Okay, so which one's your first story? But she wants honestly to know about Operation The Climb. So tell us about that, Dane.
Well, it was called Operation The Climb because it was a 3-year journey.
Okay.
Because I was friends with this girl for 3 years and had asked her out twice. She said no.
That's cool.
And then she and I, this was last year sometime, she started FaceTiming me and stuff again, and then was like, hey, have you ever thought about moving to her hometown? And
you're like, have you ever thought about starting a podcast?
I did not say that. I don't think she liked the podcast. But then I said, well, maybe if I was starting a church there, or if I was getting married to somebody there.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, shot it right back. And then she was telling me how like wise and mature I am and things like that. You know, all the stuff that you don't get to hear on the podcast, because that's, of course, premium content.
Yeah, that's for our only... No, not for that.
Nope.
That's for a Patreon.
And then we... or what was it? We keep talking and FaceTiming and stuff, and then she wants me to come up and visit her in hometown. And then,
it's like the hometown dates in The Bachelor.
Close. But except for those people were dating several people at the same time, and then they wonder why it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. But we're not here to talk about that.
We're here to talk... No. Okay, keep going.
So then when she asked me to go visit her, I said, yeah, I would visit you, but only if it's a date. And she said, I would love that.
So she was like, April 14th is a date.
No, it was like
you
May.
can go on that date.
It was May of 2022.
That's also a date.
Also a date.
Yeah, there's 365 dates except on leap year. There's 366 dates.
Unless you sleep through one of them. And then there's no record of that day happening.
Okay, so did you go on this date?
Nope, it ended up not working out.
So it was Operation the Fall.
Then it fell, and then now we don't really talk to each other.
That's pretty cool. Man, I'm really happy to hear it. So what was your other story?
The other one was Operation Rocky Road.
Okay.
Because...
I feel like this will not end well.
No, I'm single, so they don't end well. I can't remember why I called it. Oh, wait. I remember I called it Rocky Road because, like Rocky Road, I am also a classic man.
How did you not get this done?
Well, we dated, me and that lady. So,
congrats.
Yeah, we dated for, a handful of months.
Okay,
and then didn't work out.
I think I know this one.
Yeah, you do know that one. That was in 2021, though. And so that was a while ago.
Yeah. So if you go on Dane's Instagram, you can probably figure this stuff out.
Yeah. And you want to know what the new operation's called?
Oh, you have a new one.
Well, I mean,
you actually have 3 different operations going at the same time.
I would never do that.
Oh, which one's going to happen first? So what is the new one called?
I haven't thought it out fully yet, but I think I'm going to name it Operation Chief's Kingdom.
Okay.
It's always something specific about it.
Okay.
And
do you want to tell us more, or will that give it away? For this person who might be a listener of the pod.
They could be a listener of the pod. We don't know.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if she knows that I have a podcast. She might.
I mean, if she doesn't know, then why would you want to go after her?
Well,
this is the most important thing you do in your life right now.
Well, we should have her on the podcast if things progress.
Yep.
But also, that's to say that anything were to happen out of that. If nothing happens, guess what? We won't have her on the pod.
But then we'll just have another operation to talk about.
In
Operation Nowhere.
Operation Nowhere.
That's where most of these are going.
Operation Courage the Cowardly Dog. Because he lived in the middle of nowhere.
Okay, I get that.
But, no, stay tuned next week for more details to come.
I'm sure we can ask Michael more about this.
Oh, yeah.
In a future episode. We don't know which one, but keep listening.
Yeah.
And you might be in for a treat.
You might be in for a trick or treat.
Our political commentator is coming soon.
Our political correspondent.
Yes. Hello, Dane.
Michael, I'm sorry for his poor impression of you.
I don't know what I was doing with that voice. I'm sorry. Okay, something else. I forgot about this. Michael did message me this week, and he basically called me out for not slandering him more. And I was like, I thought you didn't want the slander on the podcast.
Should we slander him more?
But then he was basically like, I kind of do like it. I'm like, okay, Michael, make up your mind. You get mad at us for slandering you. We don't talk about you last week. And then you're like, why didn't you make up stuff about me?
Michael's stepfather is Joe Biden.
Is that good enough for you? Is that good enough for you, Michael? Is that the slander you want?
I'm not going to say that.
Yeah. I mean, you can keep talking for a second while I try to find this message.
Yeah.
One second.
Michael has never strayed away.
Found it. Michael, I'm reading your messages on the pod because I think you actually want me to do this. You put, wow, shocker, the first episode maybe ever that doesn't spread fake news about me. You guys run out of ideas now, just like the fake news media. Very sad. And I put, do you want us to spread more slander? He put, no, ... Maybe. It keeps the ratings up just like Trump and CNN.
Oh, boy.
So I don't know what to do. This is a complicated relationship. We slander you, we get in trouble. We don't talk about you. You're like, why didn't you slander me? So this is kind of the in-between right now. But we will have you on soon. And that's when we blow up.
By soon, what do you mean?
I'm thinking maybe next week.
I mean, maybe.
I haven't completely discussed it with him.
We really need a third microphone.
Yeah, but that would cost hundreds of extra dollars.
Hundreds?
Because I'll need a new Focusrite system.
Never mind.
So you guys will get to share.
Can't we get a splitter?
Woo! That I don't know if it really works that well. You still need another microphone. I'm not going to spend $60 just so Michael sounds better for one episode.
Do you want the podcast to succeed or not?
It's going to succeed, but it's going to succeed with you guys sharing a mic.
Fine.
Intimately.
I'm going to... Never mind. But yeah, maybe next week. That's the surprise of the podcast is that potentially Michael...
Fuller.
Michael AOC Fuller is going to be...
Michael, you better come ready with like you'll have so much ammo to shoot at us with like all these ideas we're spreading about you.
That's true.
But I mean, they're all true.
I'm going to ask
Do you know who he voted for? In 2000?
Was it Feel the Burn Bernie?
Actually, 1992.
Oh. Bill Clinton.
Actually, no. And then in 96, he voted for Monica Lewinsky. I was surprised, Michael, when I heard this.
Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah. It was a write-in vote.
You said Monica Lewinsky is his mom?
Yep.
Actually,
that's just in.
I think Hillary is.
Which means Bill Clinton
is his father.
We're like the Maury show now.
Bill, you are the father.
Is this enough slander for you, Michael? Is this enough? Because this is all we got.
If it's not enough, text us right now and we...
Or call us. You can call us again.
Yeah,
whatever needs to be done will be done.
Yeah, he called me yesterday, but I was movie and
what did he call you?
He called me.
Can you repeat it on the pod?
Late for dinner.
But what did he actually call you?
I don't know. He called me cotton-headed mouth. A cotton snake.
I don't know if it'll work there, but I might try to bleep one of those words. Maybe, and maybe I'll make it sound bad.
Bleep it all and then just have it say snake. I hate snakes.
Exactly. Snakes are slithery, just like Hillary. I'm just trying to rhyme now. I don't really.
Well, you're saying that because she's a lizard person, right?
I don't know where I'm going with this. This is just all off the cuff. But everything we said about Michael was true.
That's true.
Yeah.
But speaking of Michael, are there any other Instagram comments?
I forgot there was another one. We talked about that one for a while. It got off track. Daniel Reed. You know Daniel.
Who is he?
Your brother-in-law.
Never heard of this guy.
Your bro-law.
I set him and my sister up.
Congrats.
He's a purity preacher up in Nebraska. Okay, he's not a purity preacher. He's a salt company, kind of like...
A stud.
What's it called?
A stud.
Fine, salt stud.
Salt stud. SS, Samuelson.
SCS for baked cheddar sour cream.
Mm-hmm.
For salt company in Omaha, Nebraska.
Mm-hmm. So if you're up in Omaha, go tell him hi.
Yeah.
Yep.
And tell my sister how she needs more friends.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. But he wanted us to discuss if the Nephilim are still around. I honestly kind of forgot what the Nephilim were. I thought it was like the giants from the Bible.
Pretty sure they're angels.
I think
similar to
think you're right. I don't think we should look it up though, and I think we should just go off of it.
All right.
The answer is yes.
Yeah, I think so. Because if what we're talking about is correct, there's
no. What we are talking about is correct.
Okay. What we are talking, we would never be incorrect.
No, we're always correct.
And so in light of that, there's a spiritual realm that's all or like war that's being fought all the time, and so like Satan's demons are real. So in this context, like the Nephilim would be real, and
that's all you need to know.
Does
that answer your question? Is that enough? Or wait, Dano, did you want ideas for another like sermon? Is that why you asked us?
Oh,
you get all your ideas for sermons from our podcast.
I can see that.
Yeah. I hope that was enough. You can spread that out to like 30, 35 minutes.
Hold on.
Just make sure to tell all your kids to listen to the Until Next Week podcast because it has meant a lot to you in your short life, and it'll mean more to you in the rest of your life.
Let's see here. It's in Genesis 6, 1 through 4. I mean, what? I don't know.
Yep. So if you want to know more about the Nephilim, you don't need to because you heard everything you need to know.
I don't know. We'll have to do more research and we'll get back to you, Daniel. How about that?
Yep, maybe. Just make sure to send us more Instagram reviews, and if you have not left us 5 stars, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you withholding all of this podcast from my sister?
Yes. Why?
Why, Daniel?
You have to let her in on this joy. Like, this is the only way she can connect with her brother anymore. You don't let her text him.
That's true.
Or call him.
Or
write snail mail to him. This is the only way.
Yeah. We certainly wouldn't post pictures of Lindsay on her birthday that are very hilarious.
I mean, we would not, but you would.
Yeah, you would.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, he was preaching on her birthday, if you guys don't remember from last week.
Can't believe you.
I know.
The disrespect.
It's kind of sad and upsetting. But Lindsay's lactose intolerant. So
yeah, that's cool.
It's like, what are you going to do with that, really?
Mm-hmm.
But also...
You've said but a lot.
That's because I'm thinking at the same time.
Yeah, but some people say a lot, and you're just like, but. Is that Lane?
Yeah,
I see Lane. Should we get an interview from Lane?
Hey, guess who we have live on the podcast?
Wait, who are you calling?
It's Daniel.
Oh, wait, you just called Daniel?
Yeah.
Oh, Daniel, what do you want us to tell us? We're talking about the Nephilim.
Daniel, can you explain the Nephilim live on the podcast to us?
I would love to, yeah. So essentially, the Word of God in Genesis, it says that the sons of God, whatever that means, slept with the women of mankind, and they had like a new species of beings called the Nephilim, and yeah, most people think that Goliath, the giant from the book of First Samuel,
that's me.
Yeah, First Samuel is a part of their species as well. Some people think they still exist, living in underground caves ran by the U.S. military.
Can't argue with that.
I honestly think I might be a descendant of one of them. Samuel
thinks he's a descendant of one of the Nephilim.
I can see it. Samuel's like, what, 7'4"?
Give or take.
He's 6'6".
It's all a disguise.
But, Lindsay.
Oh, is she on the podcast now?
She probably heard that and then got scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Lindsay, say something live on the podcast.
Are we actually on the podcast?
Yeah,
we are.
We're recording right now. You better say something.
Gosh, what is there to say? Every time I listen, I lose brain cells.
She doesn't know what she's saying. She's drunk.
I'm not drunk. I'm lying.
So now you guys can see how she's my number one hater in life.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say that the other day I was having a rough day and I listened to the podcast and it made me laugh because it was so ridiculous.
Let's go. I am so happy right now.
I really hope that you could hear us on the microphones.
I think it's picking up.
Okay, good.
Well, I thought it was great when Sam was like, Lindsay Reed, how's she related to you? It's great.
Well, she's not really because I'm awesome and athletic and she's slow
and that's why you didn't do college athletics, Dane, right?
Hey, we're not here to talk about that.
Sam, get him.
No.
I've been attacking him all day. You're
Lindsay
good.
ran around in circles for fun.
I wouldn't say it was for funsies.
That's true. I'm the only one with a competitive spirit, and I won Best Actor in a Murder Mystery, and you didn't.
Winning Best Actor in a Murder Mystery has nothing to do with your athletic ability.
That's just not true.
You're just getting roasted. How does that make you feel?
Also, Lindsay, would you care to comment about any of Dane's love life?
I don't know where to start.
Because are you familiar with how I have operations?
I am.
Because we had a local fan submit and want us to talk about operations that Dane has had in the past.
Oh, gosh.
And I told very vague stories.
This is going to be a 6-part series.
Sure is.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what to say.
Well, Lindsay, are there any last thoughts to our loyal fans?
Leave us a 5-star review.
I wouldn't say that. I did leave you a 5-star review though, only because I'm related to you.
Let's
hear
go.
that? She is related to me.
I mean, we don't have to be 5 stars for you to leave us a 5-star review, so we appreciate it.
That's so true. All right, Lindsay. Well, you are slow and you cannot beat me at anything.
I can't beat you at anything.
Anything. I don't
Do we
remember
want to
anything.
talk about
you did.
how many board games that you feel the need to cheat at in our family games because you fear of losing because in fact you will lose if you don't cheat.
You got to hang up now, Dane.
He's not allowed to be the banker in Monopoly.
Yeah, he got banned from being banker in Monopoly because he would steal from the bank.
I'm sorry, we're losing connection.
He's already dead. He's already dead.
Okay, I'm sorry. That was one of the haters.
I really hope that picked up. This might sound interesting here, but that was another. I mean, that was basically 2 guests on the pod,
That was
and kind of
basically
Lane. Lane jumped in a little bit.
Lane did jump in a little bit, but then also we got our answer on the Nephilim.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I'm a descendant of one of them.
They're apparently giants that live underground in military caves.
Mm-hmm. So I'm glad he wanted us to talk about it when he knew everything already about it.
That's true. He's going to Bible school, so he knows a little thing or two.
Yep.
So the last thing.
Well,
that-
I think we're kind of running out of time. But
Yeah.
the other ideas you wanted us to play Russian roulette live on the air.
Metaphorically speaking.
No, you were serious. You have it up on the wall. I'm not climbing up there. You're not tying me in.
You don't know what Russian roulette is, do you?
Isn't that the one where you like spin them on a wheel and you throw knives at them?
No.
Oh, what's Russian roulette?
Russian roulette's where you have a revolving pistol and you put one bullet in the chamber and you spin it, lock it, put it to your head, and pull the trigger.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
No. I was almost okay with the spinning wheel and throwing knives at people,
Almost okay.
but not Russian roulette. Wow.
yeah, so we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we're not going to do that live on the air.
But what we are gonna do-
But Dane.
What?
You're going to give some shout outs.
That's what we are going to do live
okay.
on the podcast.
Okay, Dane. What are your shout outs?
Number 1 is to Hope Meadows because she sent in the code word 5-star or 5-time Super Bowl champion Dallas Cowboys. She sent it immedially on Monday. It was
Man.
like 10 a.m.
That's a
on
quick
Monday.
listener. Thank
That's
you,
a
Hope.
great listener.
We hope you'll listen to this one as well.
And
Do you see it? Because her name's Hope, and I said, I hope.
It's actually pronounced hop.
It's a pun.
Dang it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there's rumors
But-
swirling that we could maybe possibly one of these days possibly have her on as well.
No promises because we don't know when this will happen.
Because I also promised our next shout
You
out.
promised most people in our lives, like, hey, you can be on the pod. I'm like, maybe. We'll see.
It's going to be great.
Yeah. So who was your other shout out for?
The other person who I've promised to be on the pod. Karis Goodwin.
Wow.
Karis,
Good.
you need to
That
send
was a
in
good win today by the Cardinals.
Karis Goodwin. Dang it. She's an avid hunter.
Mhm.
She does very like K-lifey things with us.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's killed like an antelope little thing. And it was
That's
cool.
cool.
It was cool. She told me stories about it and stuff. She does not appreciate football at all. She said, quote, it's boring.
What about soccer?
I don't think she watches soccer either.
Okay, so there's no football whatsoever.
Yeah, she said all football is boring. And I said, that doesn't make any sense.
Why did you say she could be on the pod?
Lots of reasons, really. And
Okay, well, we'll talk about it later on the pod.
exactly. So, Karis, if you send in the code word, no,
That wouldn't have
I don't
been
wanna do that one.
appropriate.
No, I was gonna say meat eater, but that's not it.
Yeah.
We're
if
gonna-
you send in the code word Hope Meadows.
Yeah, Hope Meadows
Yep.
is the code word for this week.
Mhm.
You guys send it in. You have my telephone number. You have my Instagram.
Why does she have to send in the code word? What does that do for her?
It means that she will be entered to possibly be on the podcast.
Why you just keep going downhill? You're like, hey, you're gonna be on it. You'll be entered to be on it, and then it'll be like you would just have to listen.
Well, no, she'll be entered to possibly be on it, but however, her chances will be eliminated if she doesn't send in the code word. Because you know what that proves? Proves she's not listening.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't have a non-listener in the podcast who's not the president of the United States,
Mm-hmm.
but he's listening. So
Yeah. Yeah.
we
yeah.
have him on
yeah,
it
yeah,
too.
yeah. This has
So-
been a great episode. But you know who's even greater than this episode? Our number one sponsor.
Jesus Christ.
Yep, he's coming back soon. Easter's right around the corner. I
Let
think
me
it's
get the
around
verse
8
of the
days
day for
away.
you.
Oh yeah, a verse a day. As I'll keep talking about our number one sponsor. Yes, Easter is coming up.
I'm not going to read that one.
He lived a perfect life, and he died a death but rose again. And if you follow him,
I got this.
you can live with him forever.
So the verse of the day is 1 Corinthians 10:31. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all to the glory of God, including podcasting.
Yes, including podcast. That's actually why we made this podcast.
Because Jesus told us to.
And that's why he's our number one sponsor. Number two sponsor, almost number one, but Jesus will keep beating them out.
Yeah,
Jake Trust and Art.
Yeah, Jake.
Yep. We talked to him, and he thought he was on the pod, but we're like, no. We never call people and put them on the podcast.
We would never do that.
But Dane changed his mind midway through the podcast.
I didn't know we had that rule.
No, we didn't really, but we'll see how it sounds.
Yeah.
Everything we're saying right now might not make any sense because I had to cut out all the audio because you could not hear anything.
If we had to cut it out, there was a phone call between one hater and one brave young soul named
Dane.
Dane Biesmeyer. Yeah.
Dane B.
We called the hater. She who must not be named.
Yep.
Lindsay Reed.
Yep.
And she continued to spew hate.
Yeah. I mean, she just basically she just spits facts like all the time. She's like, "Hey, I'm more athletic than Dane." True. I'm better looking than Dane. True.
Hey, you
I'm
calm down over
married
there.
and Dane isn't. True. He has a complicated love life and he's canceled from family board games. True.
It's just because I steal from the bank when we play Monopoly.
You have a musty mustache.
First off, it's not musty if it's clean.
I think I said musty mustache. Dusty mustache.
Oh man,
Kind of true.
My mustache is beautiful.
Musty mustache. There we go.
Also, my love life can't be complicated if it's non-existent.
Hey. But you know what? One of these days, you might be able to get Caitlin Clark.
Oh,
The
our
third
sponsor of the podcast.
Yes.
Iowa superstar Caitlin Clark.
She's a woman.
Caitlin, if you... you said she's a woman. Caitlin, if you would like to be on the podcast...
Win a championship first. If you don't win a championship, you can't be on.
Win the championship and send us the code word Iowa Hawkeyes 2023 champion, and you'll be entered to be on the podcast.
If you enter, I promise you will be on.
We should really do a drawing.
Yeah.
We'll schedule.
Well, Jake will win. He's the best at drawing.
Dang it. Dang it. We should really do a drawing of we have this episode we're going to have a guest on, but we don't know who it's going to be.
But also, we kind of talked about this before.
We did?
And I think a guest every once in a while is good.
Well, yeah, that's
but
what I was
it
saying.
is complicated.
Why?
Editing is not easy when we have two mics. Now, if someone wants to donate $500, we can add a third mic.
Well, we got to buy that thing.
Yeah.
Dang it. I was going to say if we had every listener donate $5, we could buy the mic.
Yeah?
Well, actually, we'd have more of the money than enough to buy the mic.
Mm-hmm.
But
so that's why they'll donate $10.
Yeah, we need $10.
$15.
We need
$20.
$100 each from
Yes.
each of you to get a what is this called?
It says it right there. It's called a Focusrite, and it's great because you connect your mics in there, and it makes a
Focusrite.
cohesive conversation.
Yeah, and we need one that has a third port essentially.
Yep. Right now, it just has 2 ports.
And it's a problem. Don't wink at me. Anyways.
Yeah, we're just kind of talking about nothing like most of our podcasts, but I think that's a great way to say, well, what will we say?
Remember, kids, keep drinking Mountain Dew. It's healthy for you. It's got vitamin C. It's got orange juice. It's got water in it. And that was always the high fructose corn syrup.
Mm-hmm.
We love y'all.
And
See y'all next week.
Love ya.
Come back round now, you hear?